Here's everything you need to know on what to farm for Camellya and to know more about the Camellya's kit. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Starting off with the Camellya Ascension materials. Camellya will need 46 of the new boss Fallacy of No Return drop, which is topological confinement, and you can find it at the Tethys Deep. She also needs 4 green Whisperine, 12 blue Whisperine, 12 purple Whisperine, and lastly 4 of the gold Whisperine. This Whisperine core can be farmed through by defeating most of the Tesser Discord, or you can obtain them from doing the Forgery Challenge. You can also buy the core from the item exchange shop, converting all of your oscillated coral to Whispering core. For the regional flowers, she will need 60 of the new flowers called Nova that will only be available on the new area Black Shores and Tethys Deep, and you can buy some of it from the KU money exchange at the Black Shores. Finally, the total number of shell credits you need to fully ascend her is 170,000 shell credits. Also, for the total number of shell credits to fully level her up to level 90 is 1.1 million credits. For a skill level up, firstly you need a lot of these metallic things. 25 of the green metallic, 28 of the blue metallic, 55 of purple metallic, and lastly 67 gold metallic. For the core, she will also use the same one, the Whispering core, which can be farmed together with the metallic at the Forgery Challenge as the minor drop. She will need 25 of the green Whisperine, 28 blue Whisperine, 40 of the purple Whisperine, and 57 gold Whisperine. Weekly boss drop you need for her skill is the Dreamless Feather that can be farmed from the boss Dreamless located at the Northfall Barrens. Finally, for the total amount of shell credits you need to fully level up all the skill is a whopping of 2.3 million shell credits. Before I go through her kits, just a reminder that her kit might or can be get changed by Kuro at the last seconds, but if that happens, I'll try to make a follow-up video on her. For Camellya's normal attack, she will deal up to 5 consecutive attacks dealing havoc damage, and after perform the normal attack stage 3, holding the attack button will continuously strike the target deal havoc damage. Casting Camellya resonance skill Vials of Bloom and Blight will deal havoc damage and enter Blossom mode. While in Blossom mode, Camellya cannot move and all of her normal attack will be replaced with normal attack Vining Waltz. All of her resonance skill damage is considered as the basic attack, so getting a good substat like basic attack damage bonus is one of your priority after this. When casting her resonance skill again, the Floral Ravage, Camellya will get out of Blossom mode, and using charm right after the cast, Floral Ravage will end Blossom mode and the damage dealt considered as basic attack damage. Camellya Resonance Liberation deals pretty high damage with huge damage multiplier, so this skill can be used for one-shot a few bosses and deal pretty good damage. For Camellya Forte, she can hold up to 100 Crimson Pistol, which can be recovered by performing intro skill, outro skill, resonance skill, Crimson Blossom, Floral Ravage, and Ephemeral. But if Camellya in budding mode, Crimson Blossom or Floral Ravage will not recover Crimson Pistols. Budding mode can be triggered when resonance skill Ephemeral is cast. Resonance skill Ephemeral is available when Camellya Concerto energy is fully recovered, and casting it will consume 70 Concerto energy. While in budding mode, Camellya will gain buff Sweet Dream, where it will increase the damage multiplier of a basic attack, launching attack, Vining Waltz, Vining Ronde, Dodge Counter Atonement, Resonance skill Crimson Blossom, and Floral Ravage by 50%. This buff will consume all of Camellya's Crimson Buds, and she can stack the buds up to 10 times, and each bud lasts for 15 seconds. Crimson Buds can be obtained by consuming 10 Crimson Pistols through hitting a target with basic attack, plunging attack, Vining Waltz, Vining Ronde, Dodge Counter, and Dodge Counter Atonements. Camellya's outro skills works differently than other Resonator, where if you trigger her resonance skills Ephemeral, the next outro skill will increase the damage equal to 459% of Camellya's attack. Compared to the original one, without casting the resonance skill, she will only deal 329%. Now let's talk about Camellya Resonance Change, or you can call it the Constellation. Which one to prefer or decide, is she worth at C0 and can she just stay like that? For free-to-play players, this section might not be your main focus, but can consider listening in case you might want to go further with your pulling session. For Camellya C1, intro and outro skill will help recovers 18% of Crimson Pistols, which mean help to recover fast Camellya's Forte. Not only that, her basic attack will increase her crit damage up to 10%. For C2, Resonance Skill Ephemeral will have its damage multiplier increased by 120%, and this damage increase is actually insane. For example, with her level 10 maxed out skill without the chain, her ephemeral damage is 1262%, and adding the 120% buff will increase it to 2776%. Good lord, that's a huge buff. Not only that, heavy attack damage is now considered as basic attack damage, but this can only be used when the Sweet Dream buff is on. Camellya's C3 help increase the damage multiplier of her liberation by 50%, and while in budding mode, Camellya will gain 58% attack increase, making she as a sole DPS even better. For C4 is just help all of her teammates gain 25% basic attack damage bonus, which is fine if you want to play her as a sub DPS, but I wouldn't really recommend go for C4 unless you want to straight up go for the C5. And just saying, her C5 is absolutely insane. Her liberation will again receive damage multiplier increase by 303%, like bro, she will go for million damage after this. Not only that, her Ultra skill will also get buffed by increased the damage multiplier by 68%. And finally, her C6, the damage multiplier of Sweet Dream will increase by 150%, so that means from 50% buff to 200 buff. Kuro is going hard with Camellya, man, holy shit. Her C6 is also unlock a new resonance skill, Perennial, where after cast Ephemeral, within 15 seconds if the concentrated energy reach 100, Camellya will consume another 50 concentrated energy, and this skill will recover 15 Crimson Pistol and puts Camellya into the budding mode. This means she can maintain her budding mode more longer since the budding mode also consumes her Crimson Pistols. So if you want to pull for Camellya chain, I would highly suggest to go for a C3 if you want to see more damage increase while she's on field more often. But going for a C2 is also good enough as you will need to keep a good load of her Crimson Pistols. And for the next part, do you need her weapon and should you pull for a weapon banner? I would say it depends on your pulling budget. Not going to say it is a must pull, but can be considered a good weapon where every resonator that sword user can use it since it's buff the normal attack up to 60% and increase your attack by 12%. Not only that, this weapon's second stat also provide a lot of crit rate, which is good for all of our character, and to maintain the crit ratio will be more easy. There's also a few other options for weapon that can be used by Camellya. As for the first one, the free-to-play friendly, the craftable one, Sword 18. And of course, the passive might not be that good with Camellya, but at least if you really didn't have that many options to go for, then this one is okay for you. And for the next one is from the Battle Pass, Looming Glows. Not gonna lie, this weapon passive can be considered as the second best in-slot weapon for Camellya since it's buffed the normal attack as well by 20% after you cast the resonance skills. Deep Sky Blazer series weapon is also can be one of the other options to go for her since we want to fully take advantage of the attack percent buff from the weapon, and also since we can get this weapon for free from the 1.3 event. Next up, Echo's suggestion. As from the tag, it is shown she will be a main damage dealer, so going for the full set of Sun Sinking Eclipse is a good choice. But if you still doesn't have enough to make it as a full set, you can go for Lingering Tunes for now, which doesn't really that bad, but try to farm enough Havoc set for Camellya. Or you can go for the 2+3 Echo Sights combining Sun Sinking Eclipse with the Lingering Tunes. For 3311 is always a recommend when building character, with cost 4 being either crit rate or damage depending on your crit rate ratio at the moment. Cost 3 of course going to be the Havoc damage bonus, and cost 1 go for the attack percents. For substats, try to go for the crit rate and damage with basic attack damage bonus on it since Camellya also deal pretty good normal attack and more frequent. Lastly, come to the team synergy for Camellya. For Camellya, we know that she is a main damage dealer and she more focus on basic attack, and the one that I could think of that can be perfect team with her is none other than Sanhua. Sanhua's outro skill will increase basic attack damage by 38% for the next incoming resonator. So with the buff that provided by Sanhua, we could see Camellya to deal more damage just using her normal attack. For the third slot, you can put either Baiji, Verena or Showkeeper for more overall damage amplified and getting more heals in your team. There's also another option you can go in case you doesn't have Sanhua in your team, Mortefi. is also considered a good one to replace Sanhua since his Ultra skill amplify heavy attack damage by 38% for the next Resonator. Not only that, going for Danjin and Tauchi on Camellya team is also one way to go, where Danjin will amplify your havoc damage by 23%, while Tauchi can be act as a shield for your team and amplify your resonance skill by 38%. But this is just my opinion based on the notes, and I don't know how the team rotation will be until Camellya is officially out. And as always, most of the key information I share with you might get changed whenever the official release comes out, and I might do a follow-up video regarding her kits. So if some of you guys have any tips want to add up or perhaps want to correct me on something, please let me know in the comment section down below. As always, I will see you lot in the next one. Goodbye.